Before the city wakes up and the noise of the day begins, there are people already chasing survival. For many, driving is just another way to get from one place to another, but for Ye, it is a lifeline.
My name is Lina Sumiti. I'm a mom. I'm a daughter, ndiri tete. Ndakazvarwa mumhuri yevana 6. I'm the last born. Baba vangu vakashayika 2 months after I was born. So takazorerwa neshirikadzi kusvikawo tasvika paage yekuzoziva kuti kunoshandwa tozotanga kuzvishandira. Saka pretty much my life ubva ndiri mudiki, we've just grown up in a world where takadzidziswa kushanda from a very young age. Ndakaenda kuGwinyai Primary School, which is located in Mbare National, and then we moved to Noton, ndikaenda kuTakunda Primary School, and then Form 1 ndakadzidza paMutu Sinasta Primary School, secondary school, which is in Bohera. Then ndobva ndazodzoka kubva kumusha, pandazodzidza paRenthouse Secondary School in town. Then after Renthouse, I started learning in Arcadia. When I was Form 3, my sister shifted me because tumskanzo sando mnongozi ama teenager. Then ndobva ndafoswa kunyora my first attempt Form 4 when I was in Form 3. Then ndobva ndabuda zvangu nemadi nemahi nemasi nema, vandazonyora zvakare. Ndiri mudiki, I think ndaifunga kuti ndichaita a soldier. I used to idolize soldiers and ndaifarira masoja when I was a young kid. But growing up, I just outgrew that whole thing, and I just started finding inspiration drawn towards content creation.
Your interest shifted toward content creation, opening your eyes to different possibilities beyond the dreams of your childhood.
So I remember I had moved to Dubai. This was 2022. I was a nanny then. I was working as a nanny. And I think it was soon after COVID, my employers were traveled. So I was at home. I was just stuck. It was during Christmas. And I just went on Facebook and I was looking for videos. Then I ended up going on YouTube. Then I found videos of how to create, how to edit. That's how I started my first YouTube video. This was in 2022. I remember it was on Christmas Day.
Sometimes the toughest detours lead to a new beginning.
Last year in 2025, I lost my job in January. I think pretty much 2025 was just the year of losing. I lost my job, I lost a family that was so dear to me, and I also lost my grandmother. So when I came back home, I think I was bedridden for a week, and as soon as I woke up, I just called my brother and I asked him, "Kuti wakati chishinoitika marare, chishinopa mari?" And he told me, "Kuti InDrive, ndoiri kupisa." So I remember he told me to get in town on the account InDrive, to which I did. Ndikapinda mtown, ndikamiswa 2 hours, and then he never showed up. Vandarangwa vanenda kumba. The following day, he also told me, "We am town, undimirire." I ended up waiting for 4 hours, but it was rewarding because akazondidzidzisa InDrive, and that's how I started my InDrive journey.
In an industry where men dominate the streets, she has carved out her own lane, not just as a driver, but as a mother, a provider, and a woman determined to rewrite her story.
I work with Lina. So just to add on a few things that she was saying, I work with her in the transport industry. We do InDrive. We sometimes do the shika whole thing. So I would not say it's easy, right? I would not say it's easy, but looking at her situation and my situation, I actually think that we align at some point. I'm a single mom, right, of 2 kids. So you actually see that some things that we're doing right now, we are only doing that to take care of the kids. Because imagine you having 2 kids and you got nothing to give to them. They need to go to school, they need to eat, they need almost everything, clothing and everything. So doing InDrive, I would not say, because if I'm to tell you how I started I started InDrive for fun. It was just for fun at first. Then with time, I actually saw that I could actually live off it. I could live off it, which is something that I'm doing. So going on and on and on, going forward, I introduced Mshika Shika, which actually started helping out. And yeah, I haven't been earning bad. I would say I'm okay, I'm comfy, I'm comfortable, yeah.
Today, she navigates the busy streets as a taxi driver in a profession largely dominated by men.
So my typical day, I think it starts around 5 a.m. That's my morning routine. Yeah, kumukana 5 a.m. The first thing I do as a woman is do chores because I'm a single mother. So I do household chores and getting the kid ready for school. So around 7:30, I should be dropping him off at school. That is if he's not going by the school bus. Then from there, ndakutotanga kutovhura application InDrive. Ndakutotanga InDrive. Or rather, kana ndoda unotangira InDrive yacho mutown. Sometimes ndinoita unonzi mshika-shika. If you know, I'll just carry 5 passengers and go to town. That's how I start my day.
She takes on the demanding world of mushikashika, a job filled with challenges, long hours, and uncertainty.
I think the busiest part of my day begins around 8 a.m. I think around between 8 a.m. to 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. was no time near traffic. So there's this Bali Bali culture. Bali Bali means hari. It's Korean. I'm sorry, it's Korean. So it's a culture where as InDrive drivers or semashofe or sevanhu vemshika-shika ndo time yatichifunga kuti kune mari because munhu wese ada kupinda mutown. So we just quickly pick people from their location to town, back and forth. And then another busy part comes around 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So that's the busiest part of my day.
Sometimes, the strongest women aren't the loudest. They are simply the ones who refuse to stop moving.
The most rewarding thing that I enjoy is when you get a client who is not moody, who doesn't throw tantrums, because to be honest, every client comes with a different package. Especially kana uchitoita InDrive. It usually comes with women. Vakadzi vanoika kuda kudzikisira. Vamwe vakadzi kekuti ndiri kukupa mari, saka drive a certain way and ndoda to drive. Saka the only time I get to enjoy is when you get a client who appreciate because you're providing a service and they're paying for the service. The only time I felt belittled, it only came from women. I've never felt a man being aggressive towards what I do or felt like I'm interviewing in their space. It always came from women because vakadzi vane kakuda kuti uri driver wangu. So that comes with a lot of attitude towards me kuti. Saka iwe ndakudza. I remember one incident, I picked up a client from a specific location going to somewhere, and then takasvika by intersection. As we approach the intersection, I'm trying to check both sides before I proceed. Ndobva nditi pawakamira apa handisi kugutsikana napo, nogona kutichekeresa. So that only tells you kuti unenge uchitoretwa nevanhu with what you're doing. So yeah, I felt kudzikisirwa pretty much from women.
On this particular evening, it was around 3 a.m. on a weekend as well. I take a client from town to GCPT. Then on our way to GCPT, the guy started making some, I would not say they were demands. I would definitely not say they were demands. But he started just raising some points, indirectly asking for more. By asking for more, I mean he was asking for something excluding the services that I offered, which is the drive. So I'm like, no, I'm very sorry, I do not offer that. Then he was adamant. He was like aggressive and all because he was drunk. As we get to the gate, he's like, no, let me open the gate so that you come through the driveway and then you drop me off Mukati. So when you got there, then he starts. It got worse. He's like, I can take care of you. You shouldn't be working this night. You're a very pretty lady. Yeah, njani. So by that time, right now, I'm starting to get anxious now. Like, I'm starting to get angry even. I'm like, dude, can you just get out of my car and go? It's 3 a.m. for crying out loud. And like, okay, cool, can you just come in? Then you sleep over, I'll take you out. Then if I'm to tell you what happened from there, I just got out of the car, went to his door, and I grabbed him. I pulled him out of the car. So like this time I'm aggressive now. Get out of the car. I want you out of the car. I've been like, because I've been begging nicely. Can you just step out of the car? I need to go. So the guy was angry. The guy was angry to a point that he didn't want to pay for the ride. So if I'm to tell you, imagine if you're to come across such challenges, maybe the whole night or maybe 2 or 3 such challenges of that nature in a single night, then that means that you're just doing, what do we call it? Community service, you see. So those are some of the challenges that we come across. You come across men who are maybe commenting the way you're dressed. Like if I'm to tell you, I've actually changed the way I dress during the night because at first I would probably wear, nice comfy shorts because when you're driving at night, you need to be very comfortable, you see. But right now, you change that because there are some comments, negative comments that you're receiving from men especially. So those are some of the challenges that we go through as women.
I've also had an experience where I almost got abducted. So I do fear for my safety. However, these days I just go with the intuition because I start my work pretty much early. Because I'm a single mother, it forces me to knock off early as well. Around 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I should be knocking off. So when you see me extending beyond that, my intuition is telling me the coast is clear, you can work.
The road has changed here, forcing it to be tough when necessary, while never losing sight of who she is.
I think kana uchida kunyaza kuona kuti as a person unochinja sei. Basa rinonzi mshika-shika kana basa rinonzi in-drive. Rinotokuchinja because you have different personas. Unalina wekumba, unalina the girlfriend, unalina the mother, wetalina the drive. Wokuti I'm always ready to strike because ndiri in-drive driver or because ndiri mshika-shika driver. Saka rakandichinja in such a way yekuti I can be tough and I can be the sweetest person you've ever seen. So character-wise, it has changed me. And it has also taught me resilience because it's not easy to swim in an industry. It is male-dominated. So other than everything else, resilience is what I've learned. Mishika-shika ne in-drive, these are 2 different things, to be honest. Azvina kutombofanana. Because on in-drive, you're getting people, and this could but I can tell you the difference between the passengers from Shika-Shika and the passengers from in-drive. The intellectual, just the understanding. But when Shika-Shika, they are very complicated. For example, moti yangu notakura van 5. Munhu wemushika-shika anoya ne$20. Mabva parengi paunokwanisa kupuwa change. Nevamwe mawindi. Anokuburitsira $20 mota isingakwane vanhu 20. Anenge achitonoiwana kopi. So these people, they come with different demands. Dzikisa window, music yako, uri kumhanyisa uri kuslowa ndakanonoka, whereas passenger in drive ane respect and vane futi option yekugara vanyora kuti ndine mari yakabatana, so can you bring change for such and such. So by the time you are accepting a ride, you know what you're getting yourself into. So they are totally different. And the challenges we've faced kumshikashika, we know them. Mshikashika wagara muno muZimbabwe hautenderwi, tiri kuzviita because we are looking for ends meet. So the obvious thing, council and police, no more problems atinonyanyofesa.
Despite these struggles, she is proud of her hard work and what she has achieved, especially building a house for her mother.
My mother motivates me because, like I said, working is the only thing I've ever known from birth. Saka, and mai vangu vasvikopa age yekukura vatova mwana kwandiri, so I have to work to provide for my mother, and I'm a single mother. Like I said, I have a son, so I also work towards providing a better life for my son. So my mother and my son are my motivation. I think I'm most proud of the house that I've built for my mom. It's a project I started in 2024 in June, and this project yakazoita stagnant the year end of 2024. That's when things were not stable, and I was also planning to come home the December of 2024. So I'm proud of that, Kuti. At my age, coming from background yekuti takakura Mumbare, family of 60 chigara murumu one, being able to build a house for my mother, it's an achievement. That's what I'm proud of.
As a single mother, every day is a hustle. Your mother and your son are the reason she keeps on going.
I think to fellow single mothers, kana uine mukana wokushanda shanda, because kubuda marriage doesn't mean you're a failure. Buda marriage doesn't mean you're crippled. Buda marriage hazvirevo kuti that's the end of the world. Kana uine access yekushanda, uine maoko seri chirema, chero $10 chaiyo unonohodha madomasi pamusika. Sitakarerwa nemusika, mai vangu vaitengesa musika. She wasn't single in a way she was single. She was a widow. Saka ndinongoti kune mukadzi wese ndinokurudzirai kushanda, kushandira mhuri dzedu, kushandira kuzvishandira uye nekuzviendesa kuchikoro. Think you've also seen could have gone back to school. So I encourage every single mother kuti kana uine capability yekudzokera padesk kana usina kudzidza, pursue those dreams. And kumberi tinozongonosangana kumberi tabudirira tese.
I've got kids, man. I've got two beautiful girls that really look up to me. You know that after going through such things, you might get skeptical even. Should I go ahead? Is it even necessary? But after looking to those girls, after just looking at them, their smiles, the life in them, I see the necessity to go back. Just looking at my kids, they motivate me. I feel like they're the only people that I live for. They are the only people that I'm working for, if I could put it that way. So it's my kids.
I don't think I'm yet successful. I don't think I'm yet successful. I'm not yet where I want to be. But Pandiri Panapa, I think you know that I also do Mshika Shika. So I'd like to give credit to my friend. Her name is Shikaina. So she's the one who introduced me into Mshika Shika. But starting in drive, shout out to my brother. He taught me in drive from scratch. So ndo vanhu vabata ruoko rwangu kubva ndisvike muZimbabwe ndizive chinonzi hustling, chinonzi Mshika Shika, how to deal with an aggressive client. These are the people I just call.
She believes better days are ahead and hopes her journey inspires other single mothers to keep on pushing.
There's a lot of hope. If you have followed me for a while, you know hope is something I always preach. There is hope for the future. If you're asking about the plans, obviously the long-term goal is to have a fleet of cars that I'll be managing. And as you know, like I spoke about the project that I'm doing of building a house for my mother, I'm just doing touch-ups now, finishing off. So the longer vision is to also do project managing for such projects, the building. So yeah, a lot. purchasing reserva, kutozodevelopa reserva, you know. I actually think kuti in the next 5 years, pamwe ndinoenda tosettle kuka reserva kangu. So I just want a peaceful life.
The road ahead may be uncertain, but she keeps driving with purpose, with courage, and with hope.
I think it's just like any other business. In drive says now, une muso unotopinda muraundo todzoka wakabata bhuru. By bhuru I mean $100. Weta muso unopinda muraundo woisa fuel mota, wodzoka nemari yako yaungodirisa fuel. Saka in drive inoenderana iri says now. I cannot say I badar, I cannot say no badar, but I can tell you that you can live off of in drive. You can make a living, you can make ends meet. Unotobatanidza window chero kumbarika panyika. Mari window unoswera wanayo ukatoripeya window. But mangwana unomuka uchitangidza life usina kana senti. So you can live off of in drive. I think it's worth taking a shot. Kazobatwa nemapurisa handisiri ndakuti mira pamushika shika.